and we're back is what you'll hear in 3 minutes, aka right now for when you hear this. Sounds dumb, I know. So I officially have less than 3 minutes to update the stream's name to MishMash Gaming. Gaming versus on OnlyFans, rather, Uniique Esports. By the way, I believe Uniique Esports, they have renamed. Are they now Vendetta Esports or something along those lines? But yeah, I mean, if you guys want to change your name, you're free to do so, as long as the team stays the same. I can just change your labels, the labels we attach on your org. MishMash saying, come on, chat, hey! So in the meantime, I'm receiving notifications left and right. Font, hey. Let me, oh yeah, I'm gonna have to launch the game myself, aren't I? Oh gosh, a lot of things that are fairly private. Are we playing it? Yes, you are. So many things to do at once. So many things to do at once. Because like, at the third game, all of my things will already be opened up, right? But since I didn't have to have those opens, yes, I'm streaming you guys. Since I'm streaming you guys, since I didn't have to spectate for the first few games, for example, the game isn't running. Let me just prepare those map endings. Do I have to update Uplay as well? Oh gosh, oh gosh. No, did I just hit no on an update? Oh gosh. Okay, launch the game. Downloading 1%, 6%. Okay, it's just gonna be just just beneath a gigabyte. Doesn't matter. I have a good internet connection. Let's prepare the map ban in the meantime. So Rainbow Six Siege, prepare this, best of one. The map ban browser source will be map ban. Save that. Team one found. There you go with your map ban, and the other team's map ban will be sent to. I'm gonna say Kenny. Let me just. Kenny. And if I go into this overlay, 21 seconds until you guys hear me again. Let me just send it to the actual team captain. It would have been Aquatic. There we go. Yeah. And while they're doing this, let's just update the overlays here. So Hostile Actions is now going to be Uniique Esports, playing under the American flag. And their logo would be the one with, it looks like an eagle, but like really red. So there you have it. By the way, Uniique Esports, another slight or small detail is your logo is like really small in the image. So if the image is like this big, then due to like having a really big padding, your logo is actually yay big, and therefore it appears to be really, really smaller in the in-game overlay. So reducing that padding would be interesting next time around. I mean, I could easily open up Photoshop and do this, but then again, I'm like too busy right now to do it. So yeah, so yeah, is all I have to say. MishMash's logo is right here. MishMash's name is MishMash Gaming. Update this, and we will be good to go. Let's start the game, reset the band operators, and take a look at the map band itself. Coastline, Oregon, and Consulates have been taken out of the picture. That's not too surprising. Clubhouse now flying out the window as well. That I was not too expecting, to be honest. Like I said, Clubhouse seems to be the favorite map on in the competitive map pool, so having it taken out of the picture. For, instead of theme park, for example, theme park isn't too alike, to be honest. But then again, Kafe Dostoyevsky would be roughly in the middle. So that's not too surprising to see MishMash banning theme park. And therefore, we will be playing on Kafe. The only remaining question will be, as you all know, who starts attacking first and who starts defending first. MishMash against Uniique. Okay, yeah. I think it's probably for Vendetta now. The owner of Uniique partnered with them, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I believe like we tag at Uniique Esports, or we tag you guys when we announce your games and all that good stuff. But I believe like the handle is still at Uniique Esports, but the logos and the name is something along the lines of Vendetta. Like I believe you're right on this point. And like I said, just changing, the branding around the team. As long as it's still the same team, I don't mind whatsoever as far as this competition is concerned. But it looks like Uniique Esports, they are unsure as to what side they want to start on. Custom games. So I can already start, preparing it, inviting the players, but then they will have to tell us where they want to play. Yeah, we're going under Vendetta. So I don't know if Izzy's the owner, right? I don't know if Izzy is on the stream right now, so I might just be talking to the wind here. But if you want me to change your branding, like I said, I don't repeat it myself, but I really do not mind. Yeah, so their players handle now finished by VD instead of .ue. MishMash saying nice. Izzy's a good shit. Be nice to her. By the way, I heard Izzy's launching a league of her own. I think she's partnering with somebody, not doing this like entirely on her own as a solo endeavor. And on a purely technical standpoint, she would be like my direct competitor. But just ask MishMash. it's all around having fun within the community. So I would be quite curious to see what the project ends up looking like. But yeah, so the players are joining into my private lobby, which I've created, but they have not yet decided if they want to start attacking or defending. So yeah, pick a side. We're still gonna jump into that overlay, and we're gonna look once it happens. If not, I'm just gonna ask them in game chat. Oh yeah, yep. Okay, so apparently talking about rebranding, except we're gonna be rebranding the MishMash logo instead of the Uniique Esports logo. No worries, no worries. Because yeah, MishMash, you do have a lot of endeavors, and therefore you have a few different logos for the different things or the different ventures you venture into. Still, my English isn't the best when it comes to using expressions to their fullest potential, but there we should have it. Oh, I want to say, as unfortunate as it is, I believe the other logo you sent me looks a bit better on the overlay. I mean, like the white accents don't look too well on the orange. It is what it is. I'm here to serve the community.
Defense? I forgot to check the link. I closed it too soon.
So actually, it is up to you to decide. So just let me know, and you'll have that side. I'll say, I believe you heard them ask me, who starts attacking, who starts defending, and my response was, you tell me. Let's see, have they indicated it in the map? And not yet. Not yet. Let's just invite Kenny once more. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Kenny's here. So yeah, like I said, it is up to Uniique Esports to decide if they want to start or to pick sides, basically. Since you haven't indicated it on map band, we'll just do this, orally. Uniique, do you want to start on offense or on defense?
Offense.
Sounds good. So don't swap teams. The map, like we said, is Kafe. So
let's just make sure that it's Kafe. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, let's not make that mistake again. Repeat asking, can you buy me a PC? Lol. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll make a deal if he repeats. If you donate enough to buy a computer, I'll buy you a computer. Does that sound like a good deal?
Hello, friends.
Okay, so MishMash Gaming. And yeah, I'm not gonna pre-ban operators or anything along those lines. Oh, Izzy's actually here. Hey, Izzy, how you doing? I'll be a bit late on that because, 3 minutes delay and all. But yeah, how are you doing? And I'll be repeating myself, knowing that you're there. This time I won't be talking into the wind. I believe you have rebranded your team to Vendetta Esports. I'm not sure about the esports part. If you want to rebrand your team as to regarding to Uniique Esports within that competition, within the Titans League, I do not mind whatsoever. As long as it's the same team still playing, might as well have the right branding and the right names and everything. So if you want to do that, just DM me like the new logo or the exact way of spelling it, just to make sure, and I can do this without any worries. So I see you're all in here. Kenny's already ready. Just a quick reminder to start Moss if it's not already done. Plus Echo is no longer banned, so Echo is now allowed. MishMash are ready. Uniique Esports. What about you guys? Kenny saying I love Jans. Kenny, my man. Thanks for catching my DM quickly. No worries, MishMash, no worry. That's saying samesies. I stand. So samesies for the I love you or samesies for the we're ready? So I assume this means you guys are ready, Uniique? I don't want to make any assumptions and start it too early. Okay.
Now we're okay, yeah.
Now you're
Sorry
good.
about
All right.
that. We were just making sure that Moss is working.
Sounds good. Well, thanks for being so cautious. So you know the drill. Good luck, have fun, and may the best team win.
Good luck, have fun.
Game day.
When I hear this kind of, I don't want to say complaining, but this type of protesting sound, I'm like, oh gosh, did I forget something or anything along those lines? But Uniique Esports against MishMash Gaming. I would have said these are the respectively third and fourth ranked teams, though it is still true. Since we are starting the second half of the round robin, it is no longer as easy as just opening up a standings, I want to say, table, because the two things are separate. I mean, Battlefy unfortunately doesn't support double round robin, so we're having two single round robins back to back, which is iffy. It's still gonna work, but it requires manual adding up of the two leaderboards or the two brackets or the two. Let me just get the right word off my head to get the two standings to add them up one to the other. So it's still gonna be done, but it's just not as easy, and therefore we cannot just pop it up, in real time. So Echo, okay, right? True. Yes. Oh, and I'm in caps lock. Echo is allowed. Does that mean that they will be banning Echo in right about now? Oh, no. Okay. Well, if they're saying LMAO, I warned you guys before the game started. I mean, did they like try to click on Echo and they all collectively had a brain fart and all clicked on Pulse? Can't tell you. I'm good. What about yourself? Doing pretty well. I mean, we had 3 games back to back tonight, and since I wasn't able to find a co-host, my voice will be getting hoarse pretty soon. Well, I haven't been going too hard tonight, so I'm still pretty good. But we had amazing games, like for real. We had MishMash, who were ranked 4th, I want to say, play up against OnlyFans who suffered their first defeat actually at the hands of MishMash. So MishMash is coming from a strong position right here. Then we had OnlyFans play against Hostile Actions. So both of these teams had literally 6 victories under their belts and no defeats up until the one match where MishMash were able to beat them. I've always wondered. You're sitting or standing? I'm standing. I'm gonna come right back to that though. So that match was amazing. Went into overtime and all that good stuff. And so, I mean, this was absolutely amazing. Both these teams, 6 victories under their belts, and they had to, by having both of these teams play off against each other, the tie was broken. Ultimately, it was Hostile Actions who won it out, but their victory was narrow. I mean, it wasn't overtime. It wasn't close by, it wasn't one-sided by any stretch of the imagination. And then I have this match, seed or rank number positioning. I want to say 4th against the 3rd. I don't want to be pessimistic, but those matches are going to be absolutely beautiful. Don't get me wrong. But ultimately, aren't they somewhat meaningless? Because even if the third team was to swap places with the fourth team, you would still both make it into the playoffs, right? And there is such a big gap between the fourth and the fifth team. I believe it is Dead Astronauts who are leading the lower half of the rankings so far. Oh gosh, an aggressive insertion here. Fawn getting a kill in his end. Oh, he almost gets the kill Toothless, so he's gonna go, you know, all or nothing. He's going in deep. He could even plant a diffuser here, to be honest, if he had, you know, good cover, which he likely could get pretty quickly. He will get Kenny down, but not what's gonna happen. Dirty is still right there, could still deny a lot of entryway. He does get picked off by Austin, though. Now, actually a 2v5 situation. Kenny could be revived, but Tony, by reviving his teammate, is first of all going to get a lot of damage, plus he's not going to be contesting the plant of the diffuser. Oh, the pistol here could have been amazing, but no, he just falls victim as well. Gibby, in a 1v5 situation, does not even get the first one. This is going to be an absolute blast of a round. Uniique Esports just tearing through everything MishMash were able to toss at them. Okay, this was a slaughter. Uniique Esports, you guys are on a row, but you know we're basing that assumption on a single round, so the sample is really small. But still, MishMash, you won the previous game against a really good team, so you should be, you know, pretty good, feeling pretty confident. Don't lose this, and don't give me a reason to doubt you, because wow, was it ever brutal? It was a rush. It did catch MishMash getting off guard. I totally get that. Then again, you should have expected it, you know? It might be as simple as barricading service entrance, or prep room, rather. Barricading, with a regular barricade, one or two things. And then you're going to force your opponents to actually, you know, make a bit more sound, or, you know, you're going to halt their advance by 2 seconds. They're going to have to breach or to shoot a barricade. It's going to make a lot of noise, and the advantage of surprise will be lost. You don't have to go to the lengths of putting on barbed wire, or hiding goo mines, prismalt mines, proximity alerts. It doesn't have to be that complicated, you know? Well, nonetheless, round number 1 has been kitchen, and was brutally won by the blue team. Round number 2, without any surprises, will go bar. And now would be the good time to respond to MishMash's question: are you sitting or standing? So,
10 seconds remaining.
a gaming chair is worth easily north of $500 if you want to get like a really nice model. So I thought to myself, you know, the gaming chair would be like, I want to say, the ergonomics aspect of your setup. I elected, instead of buying, you know, a really nice, really comfy gaming chair, to buy a sit-stand desk. So whenever I get tired of sitting, whenever I get uncomfortable, I'm kind of stretching my legs while walking, if you get what I'm saying. And of course, buying a table with a motor in the legs is not exactly cheap. So my comfort money, instead of dumping it into one of those nice Secret Labs or DX Racer chairs, I actually put it into an IKEA desk, basically. So sometimes I'm standing, sometimes I'm sitting. In that instance right here, I was standing. That's why you see me like going back and forth, shifting my weight from one leg to another, and that makes up for those, you know, lateral movements which you wouldn't naturally have on a chair. Coming back to the round right here, MishMash Gaming, they went up top floor, right? Of course. But I'm not exactly sure what I would be supposed to make of that, because, of course, going in the kitchen area was a bluff. It was supposed to... Gibby here getting a nice kill. Unfortunately, Aquatic will be biting the dust pretty early on. And that is going to be diffuser lost for the offense. Of course, you know, Jin will recover that, but it's still going to cost him 10 to 15 seconds to you know, go down, recover it, and then rappel back up. And those few seconds can compound, and at the end of the round, if you had to have 5 more seconds, it might make the difference between a round won and a round lost. I'm not saying it's actually going to be the case, because, you know, Austin's already here on OBJ, and somebody could just, you know, Jin could just land behind him and he would be reasonably safe, which he seems to be intent on trying. Austin's going to get another kill here. You know, numerically speaking, oh no, Kenny's going to get a nice kill. That's once again diffuser lost by the attackers. Just as Kafe drops down, Gibby will get an instant refrag. But, you know, while my boss put down, and he will be put out of his misery immediately. Austin, though he could plant, is no longer going to have any type of covering. Fond on the drone. Ah, that's interesting. I don't see Austin planting. Now, I mean, it would be really dangerous because Fawn cannot really cover him adequately. He is still going to be trying. Oh, but actually cutting off that corridor could still be interesting, but no, Gibby's Nitro Cell is going to get the kill, so Fawn has to repel in pretty quickly. He's going to be powerless to get the frag on Gibby. So, yeah, barring something magical, I don't expect the... Yeah, of course. MishMash will be winning round number 2. But then again, the defense felt kind of weak to me. The majority of the round, or for the majority of the round, that area, the bomb site, was actually under attacker's control. It was just, you know, a matter of blind luck that they got the kill on the barrel of the diffuser once and twice, and therefore diffuser wasn't planted more efficiently. To me, it feels as if both teams made some mistakes. I mean, Austin planting with next to no protections, and once he got killed, couldn't do anything about protecting the diffuser. So, I mean, if I was to nitpick, both teams could be receiving some fair criticism. Ultimately, in this instance, MishMash ended up winning because they won, you know, crucial firefights. But yeah, I mean, both these teams, I believe you can do better, and I hope to see you know, better rounds be played. Such as the one we saw just before. What an amazing rush once again, or once more. Okay. Okay. That was round number 2. The scoreline now being 1-1. And this is what I wanted to talk about earlier, actually. I'm somewhat not skeptical, but curious as to why and how MishMash are going laundry room, not laundry, but the reading rather. They went kitchen, right? They lost kitchen, and they went upstairs for the second round. But if they were to unironically defend kitchen again, they just realized what Uniique did to, you know, counteract them, to gain a victory against them. Well, you know, figuratively speaking, well, which holes to plug, you know, which angle to watch, where they like to push in from, and you can adapt your defense, knowing full well how your attacker is going to attempt to execute a push. But then they kind of threw everything out the window by going at the top floor, kind of resetting the scales, which does have some merit to it. But now that they just won at the top floor, why not go downstairs and use the intel you've gathered on your opponent's playstyle to your full advantage? Because once again, they're kind of resetting the scales by having to learn once more how Uniique Esports tend to attack for yet another new bomb site. And that's breaching charge will be opened, and of course, right, it's always the same thing. Top-down approach. You'll be taking control of the top floor, dropping down the hatches, dropping down the skylights, and then your roamers right here will be receiving the full weight of the pressure. Kenny, for the time being, seems to be opening an opening in the floor. Opening and opening in the floor. Yeah, that sounds redundant, doesn't it? Breaching the floor, playing verticality, opening up a line of sight, and of course, they are holding the angle and all. But a lot of players are actually going to be on cameras, and they could hypothetically be vulnerable. But oh no, Austin is going to be barely avoiding death here. Luckily for him, Aquatic was holding the angle, and I believe he just saved Austin's life, because being caught with your pants down like he was, this should have been a death sentence. He will be turning around right here, receiving another challenge, this time from, I believe it was going to be Dirty, being caught off by Austin once again. Once again, the top floor allies are going to be absolutely crucial, and now you're basically ready to put pressure on the OBJ. How has Gibby been able to go up there without being spotted? I realized he was a roaming, he didn't have to, you know, walk up the stairs, but behind the counter like he was a goddamn ninja. Now, 2v2 situation. Top floor control is going to be under attacker's control. And if we were to look, so both players have the breaching charges. Of course, Austin's impact grenades, okay, they have been utilized from A to Z, but still, top floor control could have been huge. Unfortunately, it looks like Uniique, they went down. I mean, after all, you have to jump down if you want to set foot on OBJ and get the diffuser planted. But it is really, really unlikely that you will get the diffuser planted if you do not have top control as far as reading goes. So it looks like by forfeiting the bar area to the defenders, Uniique Esports have next to no other opportunities. They have no real choice. They have to plant Fireplace or not at all. Not at all. X-Ray will fall prey to Austin. Tony, last player alive. Try as he may, he is ill-equipped to open up new vertical line of sights. Plus, the ones that already exist were never going to prevent the plant of that diffuser in particular. He has shot a lot of pre-fires. His position is really likely to be known, and he will be taking damage, you know, accordingly. rotation might be the best thing to do, but then again, you will be having your opponents ready for that. Everything he does, it looks like Uniique are ready for him. They're expecting him, they're waiting for him, and they're watching the angles like a goddamn hawk. So yet another rotation will bring him pretty close to Austin this time. Tony might still get the kill here, of course, yeah, because he had to get up, to turn around. He might even get another kill, but it's just going to be too late, unfortunately, for... Well, actually, no. I was seeing the clutch, but unfortunately, he is going to be too little too late. Guns-wise, kill-wise, it was an amazing clutch. Unfortunately, the timer waits for no one, and this is why and how Uniique Esports have been able to win out yet another round. That game is surprisingly close, to be honest, and just like every other game we've had before, I do love to see this. So here we have him again. I am just so disappointed in myself that I missed the the situation or the movements for Gibby. I mean, it's not magical, right? He was crouched behind the counter, and that's why they didn't see nor hear him. But I still would have wished I had seen him more of him, you know, to get the initial setup correctly. Because goddamn, he got 2 kills. Could have gotten more if his flick shots were more on point. Ultimately, you know, he was alone, surrounded by enemies, so it's not too surprising. But goddamn, did he have a golden opportunity right there? So leaving us with round number 3. Let me just. Oh no, round number 4 actually. Round number 3 has been played in reading. And won by the blue team. Okay, round number 4. We will be going kitchen again. Okay, and kitchen defense. This time, as you can see, the mistake MishMash made earlier was to not watch Bakery hard enough. Because of course, Uniique Esports, I don't even think they had to get a single kill, so that means nobody was on Bakery, and they just walked into prep room unchallenged. How and why is that even the thing? So this time, of course, Brody will be quite intent on not making the same mistake again. The same rotations will still be there and everything, but ultimately, the positionings will be slightly different. But Uniique Esports don't seem to be attempting to do the exact same thing, because of course being predictable is really an easy way to accelerate your demise. So Fawn will be trying to go in from the garage area, but is there anybody to block off his entry? Whoa, it does not look like it. I was totally expecting somebody to be here by the Christmas tree on the left side, but it doesn't appear to be the case. So what else do you have? I see only 4 silhouettes, so the one that's going to be up top. Oh, Tony actually could be really interesting. Of course, he's cloaked, so Fawn won't know he's there. But Fawn's no longer directly at the bottom of the stairs. Still, Tony got a kill on Cup. It's all right here. Oh, I'm sorry I missed this. Juro Jin will be right underneath. Seeing a flashbang, he's falling back. Aquatic will be running after him, but you know, you don't have to be too aggressive. Just plant down one of those air jabs, and then your back is just as good as covered as if you had gotten the kill. So Tony is rotating. I mean, it's a thing to do. Austin in the reception area. Definitely the push seems to be coming from... oh, that's going to be interesting. You know that nobody's right behind here. But as soon as Thermite makes it there, actually he's already here, the freezer wall will be breached. Looking at the defense, who's going to be able to turn around? Of course, you will have X-Ray, who is going to be, you know, ready to turn around and to receive the pressure. But other than that, the other defenders are quite far away. Plus, you do have Tony, who is not even remotely on bomb side. He can make it back pretty quickly, but he still, you know, was running after those roamers. Yeah, great round and too late. Oh yeah, the last round was, oh, it came down to the wire. It was amazing. Austin getting the kill on Tony, so that's your roamer now down. The numerical advantage comes to Uniique Esports. Oh, using the firefight here. That is unfortunate, but it is likely to seal the fate of MishMash Gaming. They have very little bomb site control. Getting the diffuser planted. Oh, will not happen. Gibby with a crucial headshot happening right here. The wall bangs, though, work both ways. Aquatic getting a refrag. Dirty getting kill of his own. No, 1v1 situation. 37 seconds remaining on the clock. Aquatic could try to plant if he wanted to. He still does have one air jab as well, so that could provide some cover fire, considering, you know, he's no longer has anybody else to cover him. And Dirty would have to either shoot the air jab or to, you know, fall down on his back, which would be giving some crucial time to aquatic, and there you have it. Diffuser has now been planted. He will be holding an angle, you know, watching it like a hawk, but still not moving too much, makes you predictable. Doesn't matter though, he does get the kill, winning Uniique Esports the round number 4. The score lines therefore are now 3-1. And that's a nice advantage to have, if you ask me. Let's just go for yet another round of replays. Okay, so, I don't know what to think of that. Just like the first game we've had, so the last game for MishMash Gaming, at the beginning, things didn't look too great, right? They, for the roll swap, they were down 4-2, I believe. And when the roles switched, then MishMash just, you know, won round after round after round until they ended up winning the match as a whole. But the thing is, the map was Villa, and MishMash were attacking. So they were down 2-4 on offense, which is, you know, normal, I want to say. But here, MishMash are defending, and they're down 3-1. This is round 5, so second to last before the roll swap. And considering this map is supposed to be defense-sided, I'd be somewhat worried if I was a MishMash supporter, because I know the meta always shifts, and I'm not the one that is, you know, the most accurately keeping track of all these changes. As far as I know, Kafe is supposed to be somewhat defense-sided, and, you know, that match right here does not appear to be representative of that, so I don't know what to think. Gibby, that is going to be unique. Why and how are you holding the shield like that? I mean, it's just going to get destroyed from the hatch? And, you know, of course, Uniique Esports will shoot it down immediately, but then again, with or without a Vulcan shield, he'll be sitting on the hatch and just watching the angles for 15 seconds easily before you drop down. Once again, be there a Vulcan shield or not. So giving the attackers an easy way of destroying the Vulcan shield and not having the opportunity to do so yourself is weird. Because, I mean, if Uniique Esports decide not to destroy it and they drop down, what are you going to do about it? You no longer have easy access to the canister, so once again, I am baffled. There has to be a reason behind that, right? They are better players than I am, but I cannot reverse engineer the thinking behind that positioning is all I'm trying to say. So, if somebody has a clue in chat, I mean, not that MishMash is here, I suppose you know their strat book, so if you have any idea, feel free to let us know. And that's for the time being, so the positioning is going to be quite weird. I mean, Kenny, I believe, would be barely not exposed to the skylight. Yeah, he's barely not. He is playing a dangerous game. Luckily for him, for the time being, so there's nobody watching said skylights, but still, you're not going to be hearing every single step the attackers take on the roof, unlike, you know, somebody that's rappelling. Those rappel cords, they're so freakishly loud that, you know, just walking, not so much. Kenny will be falling. There's Jaeger right here! Duh! What happened? Tony gonna get a double kill. Juro Jim, did you not drone that out? I'm gonna be repeating something my co-caster said when I still had one. And he was actually repeating something I believe Coconut Bro said. When you're droning, you know, it is so easy to just do a flick of the wrist, to just turn your drone around, watch your dead angle just to be sure, right? I mean, flick of the wrist is like super easy, it costs nothing. And yet it is gonna spare you those kind of embarrassing moments. Repelling in super aggressive isn't gonna work out too well for neither of the two attackers that did this. So Toothless Mage, last player alive in a 1v2 situation, he can still do this, but I mean the gun he has isn't exactly the best, right? The rate of fire is pretty slow. Cameras are taking his intel in his position, and being capped out, he has no way of destroying those evil eye cameras. Who are gonna open up since X-Ray is dead, so even if there was a small chance usually of destroying them this way, now Toothless can do nothing of the sort. So he just has to accept that he is going to be constantly pinged by the defense and therefore finding himself in a dire disadvantage. And of course, it is going to show, right? Gibby ultimately going to get the kill here through the small angle right here. So what is now? It is not going to be a 3-2 scoreline. Still better than what we had last round for MishMash. I mean, they're still down, but now they're lagging behind by only a single point. Yeah, once again, still, considering this map is defense-sided, I would have expected MishMash to perform a bit better. The rule swap hasn't yet occurred, so they can still tie this to a 3-3 situation, which would be as good as it would get, basically. But yeah, I am quite curious to see how the remaining of the game goes, because it does seem like, not just on this very map, but on a few different maps, it does seem like the meta has changed, has evolved, and I haven't kept track of those things. And I'm finding myself be kind of surprised by the new norm. So yeah, I have a bit of catching up to do, basically, is what I'm saying. Right here, Gibby getting the hill cam. And with that being out of the way, let's jump right back into the last round before the halftime. So it is going to be a kitchen defense. Kitchen, which came down to the wire last time around, so it can easily go both ways. Still, ultimately, it looks like MishMash are going to go for a really similar setup, actually. I mean, the only thing I could point towards is that this reinforcement, or this reinforcement, yeah, will be put down, and therefore there will be no bakery extended hold. MishMash going with the stay quiet emoji. With a 3 minutes delay, I don't remember what I was saying 3 minutes ago and what you're referring to. So yeah, I am out of context for this one, so I cannot respond adequately to keep the conversation going. Tony, shooting a few bullets? But why would you be shooting bullets? I mean, it's not as if you were going to get a wallbang on that barricade. And it's a sledge, right? So Fawn will have minimal difficulties to open up the barricade. And maybe even get a kill. Austin definitely tried the pre-fires. Nothing connected here. I mean, 30 wasn't going to overexpose himself for no good reason. But still, it is going to be a lot of pressure that can be mounting pretty quickly on the main entrance. And if Uniique Esports were to get a hold of that general area of the floor, they could quite easily make their way towards this opening. But it doesn't really matter. Thermite has opened this wall right here. Jirojin is working on the second one, so oh no, it's jammed. And therefore, Kenny might be receiving a lot of pressure pretty rapidly. You hear the proximity alert. The grenade is going to rob you of a bit of HP, nothing too major. A drone has been shot down, but not Toothless going to know exactly where you are. And oh, the concussion nade is likely to, yeah, to concuss a teammate. That is unfortunate. But ultimately, the jammer has been destroyed. Gibby, yeah, he's going to come back, but too late to deny anything. Kafe right here is likely to get the kill. There you are. He took a lot of damage in the process, but ultimately he's alive and his opponent is not. It's all that matters, isn't it? That flash is likely to get a lot of or to incapacitate your opponent. So rushing in before the flash detonates was his only chance of getting anything done. He got refragged immediately, but he took one opponent to the tomb. So that was quite interesting. Tony and X-Ray, last players alive. So X-Ray is on bomb site, but he would be hard pressed to deny a plant on A, whereas Tony, the roamer, has to get back on site, but he can, use that opportunity to flank, and that he seems to be attempting to do that. He gets a double kill, nicely done here. Jirojin, last player alive, now no longer really can easily plant the diffuser, right? With 50 seconds remaining on the clock, he is chasing Ghost, doesn't realize that Tony's no longer there, and that oblivion to his opponent's positioning is going to prove fatal. Tony right here holding an angle that Thermite was not expecting whatsoever. So, round number 7, roll swaps is happening right here. The scoreline is 3-3, so neither side really does have the advantage. Let's see if switching the roles is going to have an impact on the outcome of the game. Or Uniique Esports better defenders and they are better at defending than they are at attacking, or the other way around. Or MishMash better at attacking than they are at defending. Because quite honestly, it can really go either way, right? If I was to dumb this down or oversimplify grossly the situation, basically, the job of the defender is to prepare a setup, right? To make preparations. But if you're bad at making plans, then defending might not be right for you. If you're better at thinking on your feet, reacting, and all around improvising to react to what your opponent is throwing at you, well, then attacking might be more for you. I know I'm dumbing this down to an incredibly stupid level, but if I was to present this another way around, some people are really good at improv, and some other people are really big. Oh, the strat mode. Okay, so you're not. I see. Yes, Kami. So some people are really good at improv, and some other people are really good like at, say, writing stories. So for real, the rule swap could actually, you know, decide who gets to win the game. So the last defense was Kitchen, and it's been won by the orange team. So yeah, sorry, I always have to keep an exhaustive log of what's happened if we have a rehost. And usually I would have like a co-host that gets to talk about, hey, this and that whilst I'm writing in the notebook. But when I'm alone, well, I don't get that luxury. I did have the girlfriend that wanted a bit of attention while I was casting earlier on, and she was writing in the notebook, but now she's no longer there. She went to do, you know, her own things. So yeah, I'm once again all alone. Okay, that is going to be quite interesting. I mean, this opening in the wall we see quite often, but holding the angle aggressively on the windows like this, I don't see every single day. So even though they're not reinventing the wheel, the strats, MishMash or Uniique Esports rather are going for are unexpected. Oh no, the smoke is not going to get destroyed. Okay, that is fortunate, but Tony playing the Montaigne. Gibby getting a kill on Aquatic as well. Grenade is going to be, the utility is going to be really well utilized. Plus, you don't have only one single frag grenade, since X-Ray also does have them. Is that opening going to be wide enough? I believe it is going to be, yeah. Oh no, there's still the small little matter. There you go. And that breaching torch does very little noise. So who's going to be there? Fawn? He was unlikely to be expecting pressure. I mean, he maybe has been surprised a little bit. Ultimately, now he knows, so it's going to be meaningless since, you know, the attackers weren't able to trade that advantage of surprise for a kill. And Tony will, of course, be your point man. Since he does have the shield, he is going to be fairly well protected. Oh, I was thinking to myself, if Montaigne doesn't realize Eurogen's right here, that could be huge. Jumping down, though, he does not have the nitro cell, so that could be a bit problematic. And oh, he almost got shot in the neck there, but fortunately for him, Tony will remain alive. Jirogen was able to play for time, so he destroyed one, or he concussed whoever was planting once, but then Kenny knew, right? Montaigne had seen him drop down. The positioning was extremely predictable. That one's for you, Hans. Thanks, man. Yeah, the shield. I was expecting that one. Eventually, I had made one or two remarks regarding, you know, the absence of the shield plays for the first map, or for the first game of the day. So there we have it. What I was waiting for. Okay. Oh yeah. I mean, the chat is really quiet right now. So the last message is still like. Crab's talking about the shield placement. I am so freaking curious as to why. It cannot have been placed this way just at random, right? It was not a detail they forgot to think about. It was, you know, done on purpose, but really, I cannot reverse engineer why they decided to give the attackers the ability of easily destroying the Vulcan shield. It's beyond me. I really cannot know, and it's eating me alive. Okay, maybe not that much. I mean, it's no cocaine habit or something along those lines. But yeah, I am really curious. I'm gonna have to jump into private call if you don't want to divulge the strat publicly. But goddamn, I want to know. You know what? If they win, I'm just gonna ask them in the interview. Putting them on the spot like that, it would be rude of them not to answer me, wouldn't it?
5 seconds remaining.
Am I playing dirty by doing this? By having this strategy to get my way? Okay, I don't know. I'm jumping into a character. I'm improvising myself a character, which I don't know if I'm actually gonna like. So let's just get back to natural here. Funny coincidence, or funny thing. Mute has definitely put the jammer a bit behind to allow for the wall to be reinforced without it getting destroyed, but then it was reinforced from the other way around. So, you know, the actual range of the jammer, as as far as the reinforced wall is concerned, is going to be somewhat lower, because, you know, it's not going to be the wall is going to be in the center of the jammer, or of the jammer's activity field, should I say? So, second defense is going to be reading. And unlike MishMash, so Uniique Esports, they do have in soft floor control to is, you know, warming and everything is really important. Kenny will be getting a first kill here, by the way. The top floor control isn't exactly going to be all around a cocktail defense. You're also going to be seeing, well, actually a lot of utility being poured into, you know, piano, washrooms, this area, the map as a whole. And therefore, Tony pushing in, you know, towards the cocktail area is basically going to affect, was Austin, yeah, Austin and Font, who neither of them does have the natural cell. Therefore, Tony is unlikely to get, you know, stupidly out-fragged, and you only need somebody above your shoulder to get the kills. Oh no, Austin getting the kill on Tony. Oh no, Tony appears to have had a bit of tunnel vision here. He didn't realize that somebody else was going to be on his left side. And magically, Aquatic has been saved by the railing here. He's not going to be finding himself on his back. He's not rushing in, you know, to get a kill on Gibby, who would expect to see a vulnerable opponent. You know what I mean? Still, this is going to be utility used for next to nothing. I mean, Dirty's air jab was basically a proximity of it more than anything else. Still, you do have Georgian and Font, who are still holding up pretty admirably, to be honest. I mean, they're now they're facing the full brunt of the whole of MishMash Gaming. Tony is dead up here, and the 4 other silhouettes are basically trying to make their way in here. That's going to be another kill for Font. Is he going to get triple? It is a double kill for him, so, oh no, because it was Georgian or Austin who got the first kill. Nonetheless, the shield has been destroyed, and it seems to have been, you know, a crucial piece of utility. Dirty looking down here. It could be dangerous. Georgian's right here. You did not realize that. Once again, tunnel vision. Thinking about what you're thinking about and not about what your opponent might be doing to counteract you is an easy way to forget that they're also out to get you. And, you know, it goes both ways. And there you go. Here, I can't really fault Rex or X-Ray rather too much, because he wasn't a 1v3 situation. He had to, you know, watch out for a few different angles at the same time. But yeah, tunnel vision will have been the doom of MishMash for this very round. Come on, the replays. Oh, by the way, here's a quick question to our one and only Scummy Crabs. I had shown you a while back how to do the replays, which you're seeing right now, for your own channel, for your own production, for your own streams. Have you gotten around to implementing them yet? Because I know you have the knowledge, maybe not the practice, maybe not the experience, but you know, you can practice this, you know, off stream, and when you feel comfortable doing the, you know, to work the mouse within a few seconds, because it does require manual. Nothing special, probably just give you a brain fart. God damn it. God damn it. So yeah, because it does require manual, I want to say intervention every single round, which is unfortunate. But on paper, it is not too complicated, you know? Just mechanical. So, 4-4. This match staying stubbornly close. The round number 9 will be played in the kitchen area, so you can already see that Uniique Esports, they have a different routine. They have a different, I want to say, priorities list as far as the bomb sites are concerned. Wow, this is me overthinking things, right? Overthinking things. I was like really thinking about the Vulcan shield, and you know, I'm thinking to myself, okay, so these are, you know, T4, T4, T3, really good players as far as the, you know, community teams are concerned, and they cannot leave such a detail to chance. But then you're saying they did. Okay. Oh gosh. Yeah, I'm the one observing right now. I have to keep my hands on the keyboard. Austin will be at the top floor, but so are going to be a few MishMash members. Tony bringing the shield up yet again. It will be the exact same thing as we saw last round. Top, you know, is going to go down with the top floor control. MishMash dropping down, clearing out the roamers, and dropping down another floor. If it's not there, if it's not on reading, like this time, they'll be dropping down yet another floor. Right here, Austin is getting a nice kill on Kenny. Kenny, how did you make it in there? Probably entering right through here, but unfortunately he's been spotted. I wouldn't know exactly what or how or why, because he didn't make too much noise, not from Austin's POV at the very least. So there must have been like a camera or, you know, a piece of intel based utility, which you know, well, fed intel to Austin. Somebody else must have been sitting on cams basically. But Austin, after getting a kill, had to rotate, had to run away to avoid getting refragged. It is, you know, sound play style. Of course, I cannot blame him for that, but it's gonna have the side effect of, you know, causing him to run away and to forfeit top floor control, be it second or even third floor, to the attackers. So we saw last time around how MishMash, they lost every single player they had to the roamers. And basically, by having no roamers this time around, you will be having MishMash. We can make it so much easier. We can make it to bomb sites so much easier. Sorry, I'm having distractions here. IRL. Okay. Sorry about that. Tony right here cannot really push forward because there are going to be defenders on either sides of him. So if he was to, you know, turn left, that would be bad, getting a kill on him, and the other way around would still be true as well. Toothless getting a kill on Dirty, leaving us with a 3v4 situation. But there's going to be Thermite biting the dust as well, getting refragged immediately thanks to Tony. But now you will be having a 2v3 situation. Hard breaching is off the table. Kiwi getting a nice kill, but Thermite, you know, was able to detonate his breaching charge before it was too late. So the opening has been made on paper. It's all that matters. You do have, oh no, he's gonna get a shot from behind and a double kill from Austin right here. Uniique Esports on it there. I believe. Okay, no, I wasn't gonna say. I thought it was like a 4 to 5 situation already, so I thought we were in match point right now, but no, brain fart on my end. Just gonna be distracted by someone. But yeah. So yeah, all around. I do say this basically every single time that we see this a team getting 5 points. But a competitive game is played over the course of 12 rounds. And by having, in this instance, Uniique Esports, who only need 2 more rounds to win to close the match, it can happen in the blink of an eye, basically. And MishMash saying, I haven't gotten them to yet. No. We're going all out for the next season. Once again, I am out of context because of the 3 minutes delay. God, I really do freaking miss the no delay stream when you have a delay baked into the clean feed. Because yeah, I am having so much a hard time. I'm having such a hard time to keep the discussion with the chat going. That is really unfortunate. So round number 10, bar again. Of course, right? It is going to be a back and forth when you played corner secondary tertiary bomb site. It is going to be another cycle that starts up again. Oh no! Don't shoot Austin. He's done nothing wrong. Yeah, for real, paying attention when you're breaching walls or creating rotation holes can be interesting. Gaby here shooting once or twice. I could have almost maybe gotten a kill, but not gonna happen. And it is basically gonna be more of the same. Of course, right? You are gonna be having the same insertion, soft floor control, and then you wanna push in the same from piano. But if I was to have like one question, it would basically be, why is Tony playing one tank every single time? And I do understand, right? He is the best T3 Montaigne player out there. But by playing Montaigne every single time, you're basically giving Uniique Esports incentive to handpick operators to counter him. Quite surprised, to be honest, that we're not seeing, for example, a Vision right here, or a Legion right here. Because Legion, Montaigne with the shield deployed would have no choice but to either fall back or to accept that the Guman's gonna end up, or is gonna keep on causing damage to him. It would be a simple way of getting a Montaigne, or taking a Montaigne out, or to, at the very least, dwindle his health down. So once again, I'm surprised that Uniique are not picking up on those cues. But then again, MishMash are also, I don't want to say making the mistake, as if it's such a good playstyle that there's no realistic counter to it. I can't really say criticize them for it, but still, you're making yourself predictable. And if you know what your opponent's going to do, well, you know how to counteract that, right? For the time being, 3v5 situation. Oh, the one tap. Here could have been a one tap, but no, he's going to be firing a burst. And that rotation is going to be a double kill, maybe even a triple. And that's kind of Montaigne's biggest flaw, isn't it? He is not exactly powerless, but he has to take his time if he wants to actually start shooting. Jiro Chin right here is not going to get the kill on Sledge, though Gibby is going to be extremely lit. He got the quad! He could get the ace here! Plus, he is going to have to do so if he wants to win the round. Though, ultimately, Uniique Esports are looking pretty good, right? Gibby can't really get the diffuser planted, not without great risk to his own, because nobody else is going to be there to cover him. Fawn doesn't have to play this aggressively. I mean, 20 seconds remaining on the clock. And if that rotation is big enough to rotate through, he is going to be done for. Should Gibby rush in aggressively. Diffuser will be recovered. He's running in. Oh, and then it doesn't work, apps. Okay, I was almost seeing the rush here working. Still, Fawn, IMO, should have just stayed at, say, in reading room, and should have gotten should have stayed away and played for time. Still, let's go with the replays. And match point situation, like I said, Uniique Esports winning 2 rounds in a row can happen pretty quickly. They not only have to win yet another round, and that causes them to have won 3 rounds in a row total, which is, I mean, in theory, no small feat, but MishMash were also able to do that. So they won round number 5 and 6, so those were their 2 last defending rounds, and then the first offense. So both teams have shown that they're capable of winning a few rounds against their opponents. It is, of course, a fairly close game, a fairly tight game. But still, I worry for MishMash Gaming. The advantage that Uniique Esports has, considering that both of these teams are extremely close. Oh, the replay system. I'm so fucking dumb. Considering that those teams are really fucking close, having a 2 rounds lead might just be enough to make it irrecuperable for MishMash Gaming. It is going to be really interesting to see how this match plays out. Oh, you're going to pull it off for the next season. I see. Well, then I'm going to have to keep an eye out for that. And yeah, for real, this is the kind of thing that can be automated. I mean, there only has to be the right or the one plugin that gets developed for OBS. So this is something that we're likely going to be working on next season. If we can't do this in-house, because my studies might still be in the IT department, it is so large a field, and programming, you know, for another piece of software, which has already had, you know, a lot of code put into it, and having to learn that code before I can do anything about it. Maybe I'm not going to be the one programming the said plugin, but, you know, eventually I'm going to get a bounty together. And pay somebody else to do it. Austin, right here, playing quite aggro. I mean, peeking the window, not too aggressively, but we still saw a few bullets being shot, you know, back and forth. Nonetheless, nobody's gonna die here. Kenny knocking himself, repelling up here the terrace. Is there not an air tab there? Nonetheless, oh, right here, he's going to be cutting Aquatic off guard. Not getting the kill, but still dealing a heck of a lot of damage. And just like that, oh, not just like that, you still do have Toothless and Font, who are still going to be holding up at the top floor. Just like I said last time, Tony, if he doesn't look at Toothless's way, he could be caught off guard pretty easily, but no, he's going to be exposing himself. And dropping down pretty quickly. Oh gosh, the nitrous like could be huge. Actually, he's gonna get it. No, he's not. Because the floor or the ceiling isn't destructible where Tony was. Map knowledge is huge when you're a mountain main, isn't it? Aquatic right here, holding the angle. I don't think he's gonna get the kill on Kenny, except if Kenny attempts to repel in, which he's not too likely to be attempting right now. I mean, the advantage of surprise could have been nice, but if Aquatic had it in the first place, he just forfeited it. Thermite opening up the freezer. There is still a roamer, but that is going to be Juro Chin. Oh, he actually barricaded himself quite completely. He gets the kill on Tony. His advantage of surprise has been well traded. He will be refragged immediately. The first he does, but still, taking out Montang is pretty good. So Kenny's gonna get the kill on Austin, leaving a 3v3 situation rather. Sorry about that, and a top floor control for the attackers. Actually, if I look at the defense, they seem to have very sparse control of OBJ, right? They are sitting on it, but it's only a matter of getting like a single kill on Fond, and it would be hard to deny a plant on the A-bomb side. The other way around, get a kill on Aquatic, and Toothless and Fond are ill-equipped to deny a plant on Reading Room. So it is going to be interesting here. Motzi peeking, and with good reason. He gets a nice kill on Gibby, leaving us with a 2v3 situation. Let's remind ourselves, we are in a match point. Should that diffuser be put down, it would be pretty hard for MishMash Gaming to, or should the diffuser be, no, all the way around. Uniique Esports are in a match point situation, but a triple kill here from Kenny. And the Free Fire sure are likely to get the kill on your Nomad. Kenny now last player alive in a 1v1 situation. Ash knows she doesn't have to peek, time is on her side, and she does not have to take any risks or any unnecessary risks. Draw Hanger out is not going to work out. Font, we have to try this again. He could just shoot haphazardly. Oh, and he almost does get him. He almost does get Kenny. But no, he will not get anything convincing down. It is, you know, a game of trial and error, so it's not too surprising. But still, he now has 5 seconds, and they know that both of them know it, so Uniique Esports are going to be backs against the wall here. It is highly unlikely that they win the round, and there you have it. Kenny saving yet another round for MishMash Gaming. The overtime situation looks ever more likely, but we're not there yet. One thing is for sure, if you want to make it there, it starts by winning this round, which MishMash absolutely did. So, Reading Room defense has failed, and I feel like I'm saying the same thing over and over again, and no team seems to be doing that. So there has to be something, you know, a technicality or, you know, a detail which is eluding me. But exactly like I said before, Uniique Esports, if they were to attempt the exact same defense they just lost on, they could, you know, analyze what just happened and think to themselves, okay, we lost a gunfight here, we lost this tactical situation, we lost that, and that's how you can tell, you can think to yourself, okay, those factors led to us losing the round. If we were able to win on those factors, we would win the round as a whole. But instead of, you know, revamping what didn't work, and, you know, taking a almost working situation and turning it into an actually viable plan, they are resetting everything and going in the kitchen area. Kitchen, which is going to have a nice and extended hold. For example, Austin preparing a black eye camera at the top floor or at the train area. A few proximity alerts. No, actually, Austin recovered it and tossed it here. Toothless in the bakery, but he just electrified those things. He's not going to actively hold it, or it doesn't look like it at the very least. There's no deployable shield. There's AE or ABS, but it's still, you know, very minimal as far as utility is concerned. Actually, Fawn is going to be the one that's really going to be holding something, and that's going to be the garage, and Shirogen seems to be a roamer for the time being. However, MishMash Gaming will be going top floor. Always the same thing. Top floor control, flip out the roamers, and move down the floor. If you're on the OBJ, try, get to plant. If not, move down and get another floor. This time, they will find no such roamers above. And therefore, you know, droning is just a technicality. As soon as they've realized it is clear, they'll be going down a level. And there, Austin will be waiting for them. So Austin himself is right here in Fireplace Hall. If he gets spotted by Gibby, Kenny would just wallbang him. That is for sure. Tossing an Nitro Cell. That, oh no, he's just too late here. He is shooting at head level, but Kenny was just behind him. That was Austin. Aquatic saving Austin's life. What a clutch play. I mean, no kill, nothing too major, too amazing has happened. But, I mean, the good team play was quite nice to witness. Gibby will be destroying the bandit batteries. This should open up the door for X-Ray, who's still, you know, 2 floors above, but dropping down is fairly easy. And you do still have the defenders who will be actively fighting back against that. Fallen for the time being isn't receiving too much pressure. Jurojin will be in a similar situation. So really, it is going to be Tony finding a lot of opponents and feeding intel. For example, you'll have Aquatic right here. Fawn could quite possibly just turn around. He is doing so right now. So Aquatic is holding the angle, playing quite aggressive. Of course, he's not gonna get the kill on Montaigne. And you have Asher who goes prone, but she was not shot down. Dirty with a double kill, so he was able to clear out both Fonda and Aquatic. This is gonna be freeing up basically the whole area of the building. Jin will be here in the main corridor, but his angle is quite close, is quite narrow, right? Gibby getting the kill on Toothless. Things are looking really good as far as overtime is concerned. Austin gonna hold the angle on Montaigne. Of course, once again, Tony will not be exposing himself, will not be taking too many risks. Jin hasn't made it back on site, but I mean, still, you would have to get the clutch on him. Tony has good mechanical skills, that is for sure. The head will be next to impossible to hit, and he was just a great distraction. Gets a kill, gets refragged. Jin, last player alive. The Fuser will get planted. He knows what he has to do. Montaigne will be in absolute danger. He's an absolute distraction as well. Outflanked like he is, it is really, really unlikely that anything happens here. And there you have it. Gibby winning round number 12 for MishMash Gaming. Overtime is officially a go. So, this game will be extremely close. I think we all knew it. Overtime just confirms that belief. So, I could ask, who are you rooting for? Who do you expect to see winning? And I would think that both teams will have their names shouted in the chat basically equally. So, instead of asking who are you rooting for, my question would be, who are you expecting to see winning? Because for the life of me, I couldn't tell you who's going to take the cake. One thing is for sure, we have at most 3 rounds to figure it out. Because that is going to happen extremely quickly here. Limbo asking Blitz. So Blitz, I believe, yeah, Blitz has been banned. So Limbo, that is probably like the question you're getting at. And I couldn't tell you why he got banned. Because, I mean, of course, Tony is a Montaigne player. He's a Montaigne main. If you wanted to ban his main, should have gone for Montaigne. Oh. I've said that operator's name a lot. It sounded quite redundant, but I really do want to put the emphasis on that. Couldn't tell you why it's been banned.
Attackers have located a bomb.
We were kitchen, by the way. And it's been won by the orange team. I mean, if we have to rehost at this point, I'm going to have such a large round history to enter in. It's going to be a pain.
5 seconds to insert.
Yeah. So this wall right here is going to remain soft. There's a lot of hard walls, or walls that were expected to be reinforced. They're going to remain, soft and unreinforced. Actually, look at this. 3/5 of utility, reinforcements-wise, are going to be poured into the top floor. And so you have 4 remaining downstairs. That's going to be 1. And where are the others going to go? Okay, so Aquatic hasn't placed down a single reinforcement. That might help to explain things. But it really does go to show that every single, Uniique Esports, they're pouring a lot of utility at the top floor. So should MishMash be able to counteract, or basically to short circuit this positioning, it would be quite risky of Uniique Esports. I mean, though it's not happening, and though I did not expect it to happen, imagine if MishMash were to rush in from the garage and walk up the stairs rather than jumping down. Then they would never be exposed to those reinforcements at the top floor, and they could possibly make their way towards the OBJ, and basically short-circuiting a lot of utility that Uniique has poured into the top part of the building. Unlike last time around, Jin has been droned out, and by having reinforced everything, Montaigne only has to put his face in that doorway, and he would basically trap Jin in here. Oh no, Thermite opening up that reinforced wall. It is going to be quite dangerous for him because, Tony is still right here. Tony is still going to be extremely dangerous, forcing Jin in an uncomfortable situation. He does get the knife though! Oh wow, that is going to be huge. Still, a 2v3 situation with roughly, just under half of the round remaining on the clock. Things are looking really, really doable for MishMash. Austin holding the staircase, Aquatic holding the drop. Uniique does know what's up, right? The attackers are at the top floor. They will have to go down or to jump down to get the diffuser planted. And if you hold those angles, things will be looking quite good for you. Aquatic, of course, will be shot down. That is unfortunate, but it is the way it is. Therefore, Austin in a 1v3 situation is not on bomb site, has no OBJ or has no bomb site control. So what really can you do? Rotating up the stairs. He really does have to keep his advantage of surprise alive, but no, he was expected. Dirty winning MishMash round number 13 for the very first time. You will have the MMG team in a match point situation. And should they be able to win their next defense, it would be GG's for them. Grab saying, oh, premature. Yeah, there is no, there is overtime situation. There is an overtime. Some tournaments, some orgs will not enable overtime and instead allow for a draw, which is, to be honest, something we might want to do next season, because if you can have, you know, a wider array of outcomes on the scoreline, it would, on paper or, you know, mathematically, cause a fewer amount of draws on the standings, and therefore, you know, tiebreakers is important and all that good stuff.
Need to locate and defuse bombs.
One thing is for sure, however, this would be for the future. Like I said, match point, overtime, match point situation. Aren't MishMash Gaming going to be able to win this defense? Well, let's look at the historical data. They went bar twice when they were defending on the first half of the game, and on overtime, or on the first half of the game, they went up here twice. So historically speaking, things are looking really, really well for them.
Attackers have located a bomb. 10 seconds left.
We will be seeing, however, a really, really similar setup to what happened before, right? Right, X-Ray with his Maestro, Gibby with Goyo, with Vulcan Shields. Vulcan Shields which have caused me a headache. Earlier on, if you remember that MishMash, Tyler is really, really likely to know what I'm talking about. Other than that, it seems to be fairly similar to what we've always seen. 3 ADS devices right here is, I don't want to say unusual, we've seen this before, but it still is basically unexpected. One thing is for sure, if the attackers, if Uniique Esports wants to funnel in through their, you know, blind, whoever's holding the angle with sheer overwhelming utility numbers, yeah, that is quite unlikely to be happening. Plus, of course, you know, putting all of your eggs in the same basket might be dangerous, but you still do have Kenny, who can use the magnets to protect some other angles. And the run out right here will be really interesting, right? You would expect the Grouch to be the Achilles heel of that repel, but apparently there's another angle which can be quite devastating. So Toothless will be realizing this the hard way, and another flashbang will be tossed in, and yet another one, but ultimately it's not doing too much damage. Austin is right here, but ultimately, I don't know how it's gonna go, right? Jurogen Thermite is still up, so he can still open up reinforced walls. There is no Band-Aid, Cade, or Mute, so, you know, as long as Jurogen lives, hard reinforced walls will fall prey quite easily to him. Other than that, Dirty's gonna get going fond. A 3v5 situation. Things are looking like really good for MishMash Gaming. At this point, the question becomes, can Uniique Esports pull off a clutch? They will have to do something quite surprising, to be honest, because, for example, opening up this reinforced wall is, I don't want to say predictable, but unsurprising at the very least. I mean, Gibby will be ready for this. Who else is there? Kenny, X-Ray, they can both, you know, hold the angle pretty easily. Austin will have to funnel in, will have to get 1 or 2 kills. Evil Eye, having being destroyed, will be item number 1 on his to-do list. But then he will have opponents, you know, left and right. He cannot just walk in aquatic, can't repel in whatsoever. And Jurogen will have to try, but things aren't looking too promising for his insertion either. So, you know, a few attackers will have to do something surprising. We'll have to yield pretty good results if we want to consider the round as a whole as being pretty viable for Uniique Esports. And of course, they cannot allow themselves to lose here. Jurogen getting a kill, getting refragged immediately. Now a 2v4 situation. Yeah, this is looking extremely dire. Aquatic, of course, cannot just repel in, but with 19 seconds remaining on the clock, what else can he do? He has to rotate. He's probably going to have to drop down extremely aggressively on the hatcher, which would be a quick demise for him. And there you have it. Fund Austin X-Ray all seeing GG's MishMash Gaming winning round number 14. This was a heck of a game. This was really, really nice. So, MishMash Gaming with the hard-fought victory. will absolutely deserve that victory. And I just realized Goyo's pants seem to be ripped at the calf, so at the bottom here. It is going to be absolutely, I want to say, trivial as a detail. The last thing I do want to point out is that I will not be conducting an interview. So just like the other teammates, just like the other teams deserve absolute or mad credits for their victories, this one was really, really nice as well. Unfortunately, I mean, we're almost an hour past what we projected the stream to end at. We haven't, lost time or anything here and there. I mean, it takes times, for example, to invite the players to the lobby. But other than that, we had all of our matches that went in overtime, I want to say. Or, no, almost all of them that went into overtime. The one has been won 7-5 and then was overtime after overtime. So the stream or the games were so much longer than I expected them to be, and it is becoming quite late. So this is why I will be cutting this, short by 2 minutes by not having the interview. Still, mad credits, mad respect to all of our players, to all of our teams. We had some absolute bangers of games tonight. So let me just do this. So match 27 has been played. Let's just drop it down into the finished games category. This one right here can go here. Let's just put it in the right numerical order. And then which matches are remaining? Uniique Esports against Phoenix Rebirth has not yet been scheduled. So we're going to be having a game tomorrow at 10 p.m. If not, it looks like... Oh yeah, this one has been played as well. If not, it looks like we will be having another game that hasn't yet been scheduled. So we have still 3 matches this week. Phoenix Rebirth against Arson will be played on Saturday. Dead Astronauts against Arson will be played tomorrow at 10 p.m. And Uniique against Phoenix Rebirth... it is shaping up to be played on Sunday, but not yet sure, so we'll have to see. One thing's for sure, a stream this long, with this many games in a single night, is not likely to happen again anytime soon. I mean, it was a crazy coincidence that we had this many games in a night. So with all that being said, thank you everybody for being here. Next game should be tomorrow, but I'm not sure if I'm going to cast it, to be honest. So come what may, one thing is for sure, we're going to have the tournaments this Sunday at 6 p.m. So, GG's to all of our players, and it doesn't show, but we're already at the half point of the season. So we do already have a pretty good idea, should things keep on, should keep their current heading. We would basically know who is really, really likely to make it into the playoffs. So at this point, the question is, will either team surprise us, either in a good or in a bad way? Will somebody, in an expectant challenger, rise through the ranks and snatch a playoff position for themselves? It remains to be seen. So I'm going to keep my eyes open for that. But for the time being, should we not have any major surprises, we could realistically expect to see Uniique Esports, MishMash Gaming, OnlyFans, and Hostile Actions in the playoffs tonight. All right, not tonight, this season. But with that being said, thank you all for being here. I'm going to wrap this up here. Have an amazing rest of the night. It is almost midnight. So if any of you work early tomorrow, that would be a good time to close the stream and get to bed, which I am going to do. Does MMG play another match than Kafe? I don't know. It doesn't seem to be the case. But I haven't cast them too often, to be honest. Like, a lot of their games I wasn't able to cast, unfortunately. So, without dragging this further along than it needs to be, thank you all very much for having been here tonight. Have an amazing rest of the night, and I'll see you at the most, or at the in worst case scenario, on Sunday for the tournaments. Till then, see you, and bye-bye.
off the bomb diffuser. Attackers dropped the diffuser. Bomb located by attackers. Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser. Operators. Attackers activated. Seconds remaining. Attackers activating